What is going on, guys? You died again here. We back with another rank up gameplay video. Today we are taking our champion to rank 4. This would be champion number 7, I believe. Yeah, so I have one in each class, as you can see. So now after I've done that, I pretty much can rank up anybody I want now. I just wanted to get one from each class. And today is kind of an ironic rank up because I'm going to be taking up a champion that I was really mad about getting 3 times in my last crystal opening. But I already knew that she was good, but I didn't know that she was that good. At the same time, I didn't want to dupe her 3 times, and that's none other than Jean Grey. She is a heck of a champion. I've been playing with her all weekend, and I've really learned some things with her. And she's a very solid champion. She's not that much of a threat as you would think on defense. She could be a stall champion, and then she can get you with them reverse controls because you'll never know when it's coming. But she is more of an attacker in my opinion than a defender. So I say like maybe 80-20 as far as the attacker slash defender goes. She could be a decent dual threat, but she's way more of an attacker. She's pretty much a nuke. And since everybody is more concerned with Battlegrounds, she is a solid Battlegrounds nuke. So we'll be taking her to rank 4 today. And the second champion I'm taking up is this man right here, Bastion. Another fun, solid champion. This dude is amazing. He's probably going to go to rank 4 because he's a solid bullseye counter. And he's a nuke in Battlegrounds too. There's different ways to play him. And I'll show some of that later on here in the video. But he is a very fun champ. He got crazy damage. I wouldn't say he's a really a defender. He's not really that much of a defender. He's more of an attacker in my opinion. But he can maybe be annoying if you don't know how to dex his specials. But he's real easy to counter. As long as you got a champion, a cosmic champion that has a lot of buffs, you will never have to worry about getting an infection on you. And he is very ouchie friendly. Same thing with Jean Grey. If you didn't know, she's ouchie friendly. And I'll show that to you. This video you're going to see, I am running a Hurt Me Masteries. So we'll get into some gameplay right here. And then you will see what I'm talking about. Now, I do have an Awakening Gem that I can use on him. But since the Titan Pool is still going to get started, I'm just going to save that Awakening Gem until they're out of the Titan Pool. It's no rush in awakening either one of those champions up. They really don't need it to be effective. But they both have what is nice to have. Now first up, you got the rank 4 Jean Grey. So with this champion, there's multiple ways you could play her. So the way she works is she places Neuro Shocks on you in her 2nd, 3rd, and 4th light attack. And the heavy right there you see me do pretty much removes the Neuro Shocks and then places them back on her. And you see her power bar, the little lines moving. That pretty much, every time you throw a heavy attack, that line will move to the right, which means that her specials will take less to get to SP2 and SP1s. So what you want to do with her is spam light attacks, throw an SP1, and then after the SP1 you knock them down, and then you throw your SP2, and bam, they're out of here. That's pretty much her rotation for Battlegrounds. It's SP2, SP1, and that was a 33-second fight, effortless. I mean, another way you can play her is just spam SP1s and you can stack up Neuro Shocks, and the damage over time is kill them with that. But to me, I found best is to start the fight with 3 light attacks, because the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th light attack places her 3 Neuro Shocks, as you can see right there. And then you're gonna knock her down with a heavy, and she has a long heavy reach. Now what that did, it was that gave her some buffs and then debuff and gave it back to her. And then you throw the SP1. Alright, so now that you got the SP1 going, all you do is just pretty much race to the SP2. And like I said, you could counter because she has a long heavy reach. And you see when I threw that heavy attack, the lines move to the right. So now it's like 1.5 bar power just to get to an SP2. And that's pretty much it for the fight. Especially if she crits and she has burst damage on her, the damage she does. So she is really nice. She has a really nuky playstyle in my opinion. Now this next fight, we are going to test her with the Horseman of Apocalypse, because I know Mcoc just got back to the contest as a 7-star, and we haven't really been seeing the new mutants as horsemen. So we're going to try him as a horse. We're going to revive him, put the horseman thing on her, and see how she does as a horsewoman. Now that first fight, if you remember, it was like 33 seconds. So let's see if her being a horseman makes any kind of difference, if any at all. I'm not sure what the ability she has as a horseman besides the pretty much permanent prowess. And right there you go. Another cool thing about her, she's kind of like a counter for Atuma, Cord, and Bullseye, because pretty much she has her force field, and her force field pretty much absorbs the damage. And as you can see, I got the Algae Mastery Zone. I'm still at 100% even after I threw a SP1, because her force field pretty much absorbs all that damage that you take. So that's something I've never seen in a champion before, and it's pretty solid utility right there. So that fight was 34 seconds. It was a little slower. I really don't see a big difference with her as a horsewoman, except that she got the unblockable on a heavy attack, and then she has a prowess. So I wouldn't say she's like a game changer when it comes to the synergy. But as you can see, that force field, that third icon, where it was the third, it's the fifth icon now. See how that force field is going down? That's because she's absorbing that bleed damage and that poison damage pretty much. So that's why I'm still at 100% pretty much. She is a very solid ouchie friendly champion in my opinion. And I got hit right there with the heavy attack. But pretty much her rotation is spam light attacks, drop the heavy, SP1, drop the heavy, and SP2, and that's pretty much going to end most fights. And these health pools are like 500k, and battlegrounds is like 300 to 400. So yeah, she'll end the fight in 30 seconds in battlegrounds. So yeah, she's definitely a solid nuke. Alright, now we have Bastion. He's the same. He absorbs the Ouchie Mastery, so he's another Ouchie Mastery champion. And the way you want to play him is you want to knock him down with a heavy to get that disintegration going. And you want to do full 5-hit combos, medium, light, medium. And then once you get 30 virus charges, you want to drop a heavy and then an SP2. Or you can refresh it right there. And then once we get 30, you'll see he got the virus on him. And you drop your SP2 right here. And you get the 2 Furies. See how I got 2 Furies up there, SP2? And then after you have the Furies, you want to get spam SP1s after that. But also, that disintegration is about to go away, so we need to refresh it if we can. That was a risky heavy right there. And then I still got my Furies going, and you just drop the SP1. And look at that burst damage. Every time it's 21,000. So if that was a Battlegrounds fight, this fight would have been over with already. SP1 and 2 SP2s, and it's game over. Now it's doing 25,000. So that's the way that you play Bastion. I think it's the SP2 and the SP1. It's pretty much the opposite of Jean Grey. Another way you can play him is just to spam SP1s and nuke him down, because make sure you have a disintegration. Now he is a very solid bullseye counter, because as you see when I drop that heavy, I get that pursuit active. So bullseye is never going to evade as long as I got that pursuit. And I believe that pursuit lasts about 16 seconds. So what you want to do is, if it's about to end and bullseye still has a special, just drop another heavy attack and refresh the pursuit. And you never really have to worry about bullseye evading, and then you can just kind of bait out bullseye's SP2s, because in my opinion they are way easier to dodge. So yeah, he's a solid bullseye counter. He's kind of another nuke champion. He can nuke down fights in about 30 seconds as well, and he's very fun to play. So yeah, another solid champion in my opinion. So I'm thinking I might be taking him to rank 4. It just depends if I get Yelena or if I get Okoye yet. I don't know how I feel about them. Yelena, yeah, rank 4 for prestige is cool, but she's not really that bad of a defender that I thought she would be. She is not really hard. Or SP1 is kind of easy to dodge. It's that SP2 you have to worry about. And you pretty much can kind of nuke her down with Jean Grey anyway, because you want to place Neuroshocks on her anyway. So she could get nuked. I still might take her to rank 4 though, because she's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to go back in one more time with Bastion. I think I'm going to try to do the SP1 spam versus the SP2 to SP1 and see which method is faster. Hopefully we can get a lot of SP1s off. As you go, like I said, you always want to start the fight with a heavy. The reason why, because you get that pursuit and you get disintegration, so you pretty much doing damage the entire fight. So it's always drop the heavy first, and then this is going to be the SP1. Now the SP1 does do more damage when you have disintegration and you have the virus charges up. As you can see, that was only like 7,500 for each little burst he did. So now I'm going to get the virus on him, and then I'm going to drop the SP1. And as you can see right there, it's double the damage pretty much. So when you guys are playing Bastion, make sure you always have that disintegration up. And if you can, have the virus charges. You won't be able to get to 30 virus charges just before you get to an SP2. So that's why you see me drop that SP1 first, and then I immediately went in, heavied, and then SP1. Right there, I pushed myself a little bit too much, and then I dropped the SP2. It's okay though. Now I got the Furies. So honestly, even just looking at this, I think it's probably better just to always go for an SP2, just to have those 2 Furies up, because you're going to be doing more damage anyway. So yeah, if I were you, especially in Battlegrounds, I would drop the SP2 into the SP1. And then finally, we want to be doing a Jean Grey fight in Lavender Legends. This is like 1.5 million Red Hawk. So let's see how fast you can nuke him down. Now you got to keep in mind the damage cap, and then the AI, baiting the AI specials, because you can't get hit with an SP3 on here. So this is more like of a realistic fight, I guess you could say, in a sense, because you have to actually bait out specials here, because you don't want to get hit with an SP3 in Battlegrounds, obviously. And then with the power game meta, it's a little different. As you can see right there, I dropped the heavy. And you could drop multiple heavies just to move that power bar closer and closer. There's nothing that says that you can't do that. So right here, we got the SP2. I think I'm going to try to go for the SP3 and see what happens. I've never used our SP3. I'm not even sure what it does, to be honest. I think you get like more neural shocks, or it refreshes neural shocks or something like that. So I guess maybe in longer fights, you probably do want to go for an SP3. And yeah, that it reforces her force field, and then it gives you all the max charges. You see I got 10 right there. Alright, so now I think we want to go for the SP1 right here. Drop the heavy to make it power cost less, specials cost less. And then right here, there you go, that's the SP1. You got 21 neural shocks on him. I think you get a max of 30, but it's very hard to get 30 neural shocks on him. So now we want to go for the SP2. He just stopped blocking. And then 37. And look at that burst damage. Nice. It wasn't all crits, but that was a pretty decent damage right there. Then I get to get hit. Now I got to bait out this SP2. So if you're doing a fight like Epic of Pain, let's see, the Ordeal, Necropolis, I would probably just go for, I guess, a normal rotation of SP1s and SP2s. And if you need a force field, if you need to get your force field back because you're low on health, you can go for that SP3 to recharge your force field and get the max charges. So that's 1.5 million health off the SP3 rotation. That was 2 minutes. So divide that by a third, and that's what you would have if that was a regular Battlegrounds fight. Alright guys, let's go do it for the video. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.